It was just 1 week ago that 10-year-old Alexander Goodwin underwent an incredible surgery. Today, we were there as the bandages came off. Under them, a prosthetic leg that will grow with him. It replaced the prosthetic that he got 7 months ago after his femur and a cancerous tumor were removed. KCTV 5 had exclusive access inside the operating room as doctors performed the surgery. Our Amy Anderson was there and brings us the story new at 10.
Tonight, Alexander is cancer-free. He's finished his chemo and all his treatments. Getting this implant is the final step before he can finally return home to the UK.
You're gonna be good, sweetheart.
I have a few questions for you.
It was a scary morning for Alexander as he checked into the University of Kansas health system for a surgery that will literally change his life for the better.
I'll come see you later after you're done, all right?
Doctors and nurses here have been waiting for this day too.
Just a little laser that goes on your finger. Will it not hurt? No, it doesn't hurt at all.
The final step in the treatment of a little boy they've grown to love.
Here we go. You all right?
Dr. Howard Rosenthal is performing the delicate surgery.
You're doing awesome, bud.
With Alex safely and comfortably under, the medical team gets to work. They'll remove the prosthetic leg Alex got months ago and replace it with a state-of-the-art implant, one that will grow with him.
All right, guys.
Alex's hip joint, knee joint, and femur are all being replaced. The new prosthetic has magnets in it. Alex will be hooked up to a device around his leg every few months. That device will activate the magnets inside his leg to grow. Dr. Rosenthal explained it to us outside the OR.
I let the child turn the magnet on themselves and they can grow it. We can quantify that rate of growth based on the time the magnet is on. So we can plan on growing him at 4 millimeters every month or 2 months, or 8 millimeters every month or 2. It just depends on his growth.
We got this for him as a comforter when he was born. Whatever works. He's going to have it with him when he wakes up.
Alexander's mother, Maruska, waited patiently for news on how her little boy was doing. A wait that was especially tough since her husband and 4-year-old little girl had to go back to the UK weeks ago.
You have a good ride, Alex?
Since day one, their police family has been by their side. Today was no different. Among them, Kansas City, Kansas Police Chief Terry Ziegler and Captain Diana Mendoza of the Lenexa Police Department. From start to finish, the surgery that means so much took only about 2 hours.
All right. You did great. You did very well.
They'll send the results off to the lab, but Dr. Rosenthal says there was no sign of cancer, no infection. In fact, he says Alexander was a pretty perfect patient.
He did wonderful. He was stable as can be. He masked himself to sleep. He held the mask on, put himself to sleep, actually.
Awesome, my man. You're a rock star.
He did the hard job. I asked him if he would help do the surgery, but he left that one to me.
I'm just so relieved.
As was her husband, Jeff, who was waiting for that phone call from more than 4,000 miles away.
He's just in recovery. He's going to be in recovery for the next couple of hours, and then then I should be able to be with him, and then he's going to be good.
I'm overwhelmed by the support. To welcome them in and make them feel part of the community.
For the Goodwin family, living through this ordeal with their little boy has been life-changing. And while it's certainly had its share of heartache and stress, it's also shown them a side of the world they may not have otherwise noticed.
I'm first one to admit, and I'm not ashamed to admit that if this hasn't happened, I wouldn't have realized how much kindness is out there, everywhere.
It is a lesson in life Maruska says will stay with them forever.
Oh, Dad, congratulations.
But on this day, the task at hand for this proud mom was getting her little guy his lovey that he couldn't keep for surgery. She wanted to make sure he woke up in recovery with it in his hands.
You know, he's here, he's 10 years old, and he's here, and that wasn't the prediction we've been given last year, so we are grateful for every day. And it sounds like a cliche, but it really is. In our case, I tell you for 100%, it really is true. We are grateful for every single day. It's wonderful.
Alexander was released from the hospital over the weekend, and after some physical therapy and a book release at the end of July, he and his mother will fly back to the UK at the end of August. Amy Anderson, KCTV 5 News.